Greetings to you all Java beginners. This is Lwandile here, the leader and the instructor of Manikwe School. Today we're actually going to be doing exercise 2.22, which is the second last exercise. Without any waste of time, let me start by creating a project, and I will simply call it 2.22. And I'll pick a location. As you guys see, we have all examples from 2.1 up to 2.21 up to now. Okay, so right now we gotta jump on to exercise 2.2. Okay, before creating a class for that exercise, this is the textbook we're using. In case you're curious why we're not using the latest Java edition book, the answer is pretty straightforward. I don't want you guys to copy and paste my solutions, but rather I want you to gain out of this channel by means of knowing different kinds of mistakes beginners happen to do. Okay, so right now we gotta head to page 97. This is where our exercise is. I hope everyone can see right now. This is big enough, I hope. Okay, so let's read the question. It's a financial application question, monetary units. So they're telling us to rewrite a list in 2.10, which is compute change.java, to fix the possible loss of accuracy when converting a double value to an int value. Okay, so they tell us to fix the possible loss of accuracy when converting a double value to an int value. Okay, enter the input as an integer whose last two digits represents the cents. For example, 11.15 represent $11.15. Okay, let's see. Before going to our IDE, let's check out listing 2.10. This is the program they're telling us to modify. Compute change. So they created the scanner, they received the amount from a user. What they do is, okay, on line 13 they are finding the remaining amount, okay, which will simply be 100 multiplied by 10. So after that, find the number of $1. Okay, divide by 100. Remaining amount is that. Okay. Now we find the number of quarters in the remaining amount. Okay, so it's a remaining amount. We're gonna mode 25 from it and be left with remaining amount. Okay, find the number of dimes in the remaining amount, and then find the number of nickels in the remaining amount. Find the number of pennies in the remaining amount. Okay, okay, you see, we were told that in case we decide to put something like 11.56 as opposed to 11.56, we were told that we gotta get one and the same output. In fact, that's what we know based on what we were told here. Again, in case you guys think based on what we were told on page 97, where our exercise is located, let's read it again because I want to be certain here. I feel like I don't quite understand the problem, but let's read it through again. And perhaps this is a bit too much. Let me zoom out. Okay. So rewrite listen 2.10 compute change to fix the possible loss of accuracy when converting a double value to an integer value. Okay. Enter the input as an integer whose last 2 digits represents the cents. For example, the input that represents 11.56 represent $11.56. Okay, let's go back to page 87. What is it that this program did? It actually read user input as a double value and it stored it on this variable called amount. What we want to do is to read it as an integer, and then of course the subsequent steps will be the same. The only thing we will change here is to read our user input as an integer as opposed to a double. Okay, it seems like there's nothing much to concern ourselves about. Let's get started. We'll simply say, oh, by the way, we'll only be having one solution for this problem. So that's what I will usually do essentially. I won't be giving more than one solution for exercises such as exercise 2.22. Why? Simply because they're telling us to modify an existing program. So I don't see the point of modifying a given problem in many ways. So one way we'll do it, but that doesn't mean that will be the only way of doing things. I hope you know that by now. So what we're simply going to do is to create a scanner. Then we'll simply call scanner equal to no scanner. Guys, what you want to do on this problem is to simply copy and paste this. However, I'm not going to do that. I'll simply go through the process myself. So that's why my code might not be, in fact, that's why my code won't be exactly as what we were given on listing 2.10, right? However, the logic and everything will be the same. We want to close our scanner. I forgot to put the word system dot in here. That's why we have an error. With that out of the way, it has got to go. So what we want to do now, we'll simply do what they did, which is to simply receive the amount, right? We wanna receive the amount. Did I misspell receive? Of course, I wanna change that to that. Okay, I'll go system.out.print I'll simply prompt the user. We go enter an amount as an integer I mean, for example 1156. Okay, let's just go amount, not money. Input dot next. Oh, it's scanner dot next int. So here's the critical part here, you guys. I mean, because as I mentioned, most of the code I'm about to write is actually written there on listing 2.10 compute change.java. So so the only part that will be different is this one over here. Let's simply call I'll simply do this. Or you know what, let me just go let me rename this. I wanna go money, so that I would have amount for this variable here. Amount is simply money mode 100. Basically, I want to get the last 2 digits of whatever integer the user decides to input. Okay, I get the last 2 digits, and then I divide that by 100, right? Then I divide that by 100. Of course, I can go 100.0, and then I add money divided by 100. So this part will actually add the first 2, will extract the first 2 digits of number, right? And this one here will extract this one here. It will extract the last 2 digits, I mean. However, it has got to be point something. That's why we divide it by this 100 here. If the last 2 digits is 56, just like we have here, we gotta convert that into 0.56, right? Okay. And then you see, by saying money divided by 100, you're basically you're basically removing the last 2 digits, so you'll be left with whatever that remains. So if we have a case like this one here, for instance, we'll first retrieve this 56. This code will retrieve 56. However, it's gonna be 0.56, and this number here, the one I've highlighted, that's 12,111, will be retrieved using this code. Clear? Good. Let's continue. So now we will have, as I mentioned to you guys, this is be more like what you had on the compute change program. Okay, what I'll do is I'll simply cut this. Oh, by the way, I did not copy and paste, so there's a huge chance you will see some of the code more modified, different. I mean, there's a big chance you will see a change in some of the code. Okay, right? Okay, what else? We wanna go in. Oh, we wanna find the number of dollars. Find the number of dollars. We accomplish that by going number of dollars is equal to remaining amount. You divide that by 100. So basically we're removing the last part. Okay, now remaining amount is equals to remaining amount mod 100. As I mentioned, you guys, this code, the one I'm writing right now, is already there. Find the number of quotes in the remaining amount. Simply go int number of quotes is equals to remaining amount divided by 25. And if you want the reason why we're doing all this, you gotta simply go to the compute change program. Above it, you're definitely gonna see we definitely are given notes. I'm not quite sure whether it's above or below, but there are notes there that actually explains explain how everything works. So it's remaining amount is equals to $25. Remaining. Okay, now we're good. What else? Let's go. Do what now? Now we wanna find the number of dimes in the remaining amount. There's something I want to share with you guys. I always recommend not to copy and paste code, especially for instance, on this example, we were told to modify an existing code. So I always recommend you just rewrite that code, not unless it's something huge. But if it's something that you think you can rewrite, it's better you do so. That way you'll understand the entire program, how it works, as opposed to just copying and pasting only to find that you'll modify the part that you're actually concerned about. That might leave you with an empty head on what's going on. right? So let's continue. So what you're actually doing, we want to find the number of times in the remaining amount. So simply go int number of times remaining amount divided by 10. So remaining amount is actually equals to this. Now what? We gotta do one and the same thing for find the number of nickels in the remaining amount. Int number of nickels is equals to remaining amount. You divide that by 5. Question, you guys, why don't you divide by 5.0? If you think you know the answer to that, I would really love it. I would really love to hear that answer. Okay, again you go remaining amount. That's equals to remaining amount mode 5. We're heading towards the end of this exercise now, and then for the very last thing we want to do is to find the number of pennies in the remaining amount. You see, at first I thought I don't quite understand this problem, but now it seems like it's something straightforward because you're already using the code that is existing. So we want to display results now. Oh, before we do, gotta create a value, the whole number of pennies. It's remaining amount, or basically whatever that is there on your remaining amount is considered as your pennies. So right now what you want to do, and display the results. Go system.out.print. Supposed to be print lane if I'm not mistaken. Yes, your amount consists of number of dollars what I can do is, let me just do this and use print line here. Okay, right now it's gonna be system.out.print line again. print a space. Oh, let's put our space. Oh, let's put it right here. It's okay. Number of dollars. Again, you could copy and paste this line here so that you have one line for number of dollars, another one for number of pennies, quarters, so on and so forth. Okay, but I don't want that. If you've been following my tutorial, then you understand that I consider copying and pasting a code logic is not a good practice. Okay, so now it's number of quarters. Quarters, okay. Wow, I forgot there were dollars here. Same thing applies for number of what is it we're working with now? Times. Number of times. Dot out dot print. There is a shortcut for doing system.out.print. Cannot quite recall it now, but if you do a little bit of a research, you know that there's a way of, I don't know if it's SP then space. I should perhaps try that, then you have system.out.print. Okay, anyways, what else we want to work on now? It's number of nickels. To be honest, you guys, I've had it with this chapter. I feel like working on chapter 2 on chapter 3, right away. It has been quite some time since I've been working on chapter 2. I already feel like we already are on chapter 3, which is pretty long, by the way, compared to chapter 2, because chapter 3 actually has how many exercises? It has it's 35, if not 37. I'm not quite sure. 33 maybe, I don't know, but it's not less than 33 exercises. So what does that mean? It means we've got a lot to cover, a lot. Okay, number of pennies. However, it's gonna be fun though, I know it is gonna be fun. Pennies. Number of pennies. So basically we're going to have more than 70 exercises on chapter 3, because since you'll be having 33 of them, and most of them have 3 solutions, so it seems like we're gonna have tons of exercises. Tons. Let's hit the run button and see what we get. Let's put this 1 1 5 6. Seems like. Let's see what they had. What exercise was it? It was exercise 22. 2.22. So what I wanna check out. Oh, it seems like we get what we expected. I don't know, but you can check it out yourself on this page here. We've got $11, 2 quarters, and 0 times. $11, 2 quarters, 0 times, and 1 nickels, and 1 pennies. Of course. Oh, there's something a bit wrong about this. I'm not gonna say it though. I want you guys to tell me how can we solve this. You see, we've got 1 pennies and we've got 1 nickels. As we all know that in such situations we're supposed to have 1 penny, not 1 pennies. So I want you to tell me down below in the comments, how can we go about doing that? Like, what is it we should modify on our code? So that should be it for this exercise, you guys. And if you haven't yet subscribed on my channel, please do so, and hit the thumbs up button if you think this is good stuff. And also feel free to put thumbs down. I mean, I'm not perfect, and I'm not expecting to be loved by everyone else. I mean, by everyone out there. So that should be it, you guys. See you on the next tutorial, which will be our last tutorial. Which will be our last exercise on elementary programming. See you guys. Cheers. I'm gone.